Hi, I'm Daryl. I work for Excel Training. I've worked here for 7 years now. I'm a quality improvement officer, and today I wanted to talk to you about off-job training and your expectations as an employer.
What is off-job training?
So off-job training is an expectation of anyone undertaking an apprenticeship. It's whereby the employer must give the learner 20% of their normal working hours off the job for teaching and training, and it must upskill that learner, give them new skills, new behaviours, new knowledge. So for example, if a learner were contracted for 10 hours a week, we would expect a minimum of 2 hours of that time upskilling that learner to develop their skills, knowledge and behaviours as part of their off-job training. Now, it must take part in the normal working hours of that learner. This does exclude sort of holidays and any overtime.
Why must off-job training be conducted during apprentice normal working hours?
Well, because it's a work-based learning programme, the idea behind that is to make sure that the learner is upskilled and it has a positive impact on their work practice so that they feel competent whilst at work. So it would therefore be unreasonable to ask that learner to participate in training outside of the normal working hours.
Why must an apprenticeship teach new knowledge, skills and behaviours?
Off-job training then is anything what constitutes to new learning or impacts new learning for that individual. Functional skills aren't included, so any maths and English, we wouldn't record that as off-job training. However, if you think back to when a learner starts, you may have given them an induction. That has a positive impact on their skills, their knowledge and their behaviours because you're teaching them new skills. You're giving them new knowledge. You may have asked them to read a policy or a procedure as part of their work practice. That's upskilling that individual. They may have took part in some e-learning whereby they've reflected on what they've actually learnt and it's given them the skills and knowledge to be able to do their job. As part of that induction, they may shadow existing members of staff whereby those staff members are giving them the skills and knowledge to be able to do that job. That individual may take part in some sort of like independent research to be able to complete their assignments. As long as it's done within the normal working hours of that learner, we can record that as off-job training.
What do you do if you're unclear whether an activity is off-job training or not?
So if you're unsure whether an activity constitutes to off-job training or not, you can ask yourself 4 simple questions. Is the learner signed up to an apprenticeship? Is the learning or teaching directly relevant to that apprenticeship? Does that teaching or learning upskill the learner's knowledge and behaviours? And has it happened within the normal working hours of that learner? And if you answer yes to all those 4 questions, then you can record it as off-job training.
What must be excluded from off-job training?
So there are a couple of exclusions from the off-job training rule. These do include functional skills. Because they're funded separately, these won't be included as part of the off-job training. Anything whereby it doesn't link directly to the standard that you expected to achieve as part of the overall apprenticeship, this can't be recorded. If it doesn't take place in the normal working hours of that learner, unfortunately we wouldn't be able to record that either. And any progress reviews whereby the learners met with the assessor to review their current progress, we couldn't record that as off-job training either. It's got to have a positive impact on the learner's skills, knowledge and behaviours.
How is off-job training recorded?
So at induction then we give learners a form. It's a record called the off-job training record, and we expect the learner to fill that in each month. So when they meet with the assessor to review the progress, we'll discuss their off-job training and we'll ask the learner to explain to their assessor what impact that off-job training has had on their skills, knowledge and behaviours, and we'll record the amount of hours that's took part of that off-job training. Then on a monthly basis we submit that as part of our evidence to the schools funding agency to demonstrate how many hours the learners participated in as part of the off-job training. So thank you for listening. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch.